Magic 89.9.
3:07. This is today's best music, Magic 89.9. Blackpink with Jump. I just had to play it because I missed his birthday. And okay, first and foremost, welcome to Healthline, our new time slot on Tuesdays.
Not just 5. A time slot, it's a new day as well.
New day as well. Okay,
hello, everyone.
That voice belongs to Doc Rylan Flores, my partner in crime on Tuesdays.
At 3 to 5.
So, go ahead and rave about Blackpink.
It was so good.
Okay.
I was teary-eyed at the time.
That's not what you said. And we have guests here. That's how I just said. He said earlier, guys, na iyak siya, not teary-eyed. So sold out talaga, no?
Yeah.
So back to back.
You could see the entire Philippine arena in pink.
Oh,
the entire area.
Nice. Okay.
And unfortunately, because we're going to be talking about sounds, loudness of sounds, it was really loud.
Was it really? Okay.
Really
Isang
loud.
beses lang ako nabingi sa concert. Like literally when I left the venue, it was Mall of Asia.
Now I'm curious.
It
what
was
concert
ringing.
Was this?
My ears were ringing. New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys. I literally had ringing in my ears for 2 hours, I think.
Oh,
when was
wow.
it? Pre-pandemic. I'm going to have to Google it. It was so loud. The squealing of everybody, including me.
Well, the squealing here wasn't just the music. It was everybody else surrounding you. They were literally squealing.
San daw yung prom, Doc?
Okay, for those, hi, Designer Dad. No, for the benefit of those on playback.
Okay, yeah, I had to give him a hard time, Designer Dad. I'm like, you cannot come in here and look way better than me. I'm wearing duster. Okay?
Well, it doesn't look like one.
My mom was like, you're going to wear that, what you wore to sleep, to work. Nobody knows. Nobody's going to.
So you actually...
duster ni Mami.
You just woke up and that.
Rolled out of bed. Okay, so tell them why you're looking so dapper.
I'm not going to a prom. I'm actually hosting the welcome dinner for the Goosey Peace Prize laureates. Medyo high-tech, diba?
Yeah.
No, but Goosey Peace Prize is an annual thing by law every last Wednesday of November. So tomorrow, the actual Goosey Peace Prize will be at the Metropolitan Theater, which I am also hosting.
Nice. But
I've been hosting all the events. Yesterday...
He's going to be with the beauty queen. He doesn't want to get me because I'm just like a regular
I'm getting it. But yesterday was the Evelyn Tamtanco Goosey most outstanding Filipino physicians.
Nice.
So there were 10 awardees that were given plaques as well for their things that they did for medicine, for their community, for the province.
Kala daw niya kasi kutil yun.
Malapit na.
Hey, it's 3:10 again. This is Healthline. And today's topic is something I personally need. Like every day my mom would yell at me because she thinks I'm really losing. I feel also that I'm like partially deaf on my left ear, having worked in the industry for the longest time.
Yeah, because you also have your headphones on the left.
Yes. And so we're going to dive deep into music-induced and noise-induced hearing loss.
We need that.
How loud music, concerts, clubs, and even daily earbud habits can affect our ears. There you go. So, why don't we have our guest say hi?
She's here anyway,
Yeah,
so might as well say hi.
Okay. We have the president of Manila Hearing Aid, Doc Liza Abaño-Robles. Hi, Doc.
Hi, everyone. Hi to all the listeners of 89.9 and this show.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Tina and Rylan.
You know, Doc walked in here. I'm like, gosh, she looks like somebody.
She
Then I
does.
realized, she looks like Miss Isa Calzado. My goodness, such a beautiful face. Doc, you can use your headset. Yeah, we have headset just so you know kung paano nasira yung mga tenga namin. Okay. No, you don't have to, Doc.
You don't.
Just excuse me if I seem to be like yelling because this is my regular talking voice now. Okay, ayan na. Good afternoon agad si Christian Dom. So please join us. Doc Lisa's gonna be with us to discuss anything about hearing. Yeah?
Exactly. And which we sometimes, more often than not, take for granted.
Exactly. So I believe I have room for one more song before I take a quick break, Doc. So here we go. Back to more of the music here on today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9.
9.9. This is Healthline with Tina Ryan and Doc Rylan Flores on our new day and time slot.
Yes.
Yay.
Every Tuesdays at 3 to 5 in the afternoon.
It is 3:37. How are you guys doing? I'm very excited to have our guests with us and talk about something very, very dear to me because obviously I somehow sing too, not like Lanny.
I was going to say something like Lanny.
Feeling singers to. No, but I mean, like, this is something that I have to sort of deal with because diba parang music inclined.
We're with music. We do all these things, especially you sing. I sing in the bathroom.
Guys, don't believe Doc. He was giving me a sample earlier.
No, I
we were
did not.
testing the speakers
I was just saying mic test
mic
1,
for
2, 3.
nightlife, whatever. We have with us the president of Manila Hearing Aid, Doc Rylan. She happens to be the first Filipina audiologist, internationally certified by the American Board of Audiology. And for the life of me, ladies and gentlemen, live in the Magic Studio, Doc Liza. Ano po bang audiology? I have no idea what it is.
I'm a doctor for audiology. So, I graduated years ago. I took my master's from Macquarie University in Australia years ago. And
it doesn't look like it.
And I also did my Doctor of Audiology degree. I took it in University of Florida. Again, years ago. And so audiologist, okay, so we really focus on hearing, all right? So audiology is the science of hearing.
There you go, science of hearing.
So if you cut it down, it's audio and logy.
Study of. It's really study of sounds, hearing. Yeah, that's really our focus. While ENT, okay, ear, nose, throat, or the ear doctor, they're more on the diseases, the pathology, and all that. Like my brother and my late father, they were ENTs.
Wow.
So that's where the delineation comes in.
Yes,
the disease entities are with the ENTs or the otorhinolaryngologists.
Yes, that's
this
correct.
one is specifically
for hearing.
For hearing. And the sound that comes with it as well.
Doc Rylan,
of hearing.
Talo ko ngayon ni Doc Liza. Ang dami niyang fans.
I know. I want to read some.
Please go ahead. Everyone watching.
No, put it down a bit because it starts with the Quezon City thing from QC Ave. Just a line.
Hold on.
Anyway, there you go. From QC Ave. No, yun eh.
Ayan. Oh.
There we go.
There. Yeah, QC Ave.
There. Good afternoon, Magic and Ma'am Liza. Hi, Ma'am Liza. But hindi, gusto ko yung kasunod ng QC Ave.
Cubao.
Yeah. Anyway, we have MHA Cubao. Good afternoon. Shout out to Doc Liza from Cubao. And
Doc Liza again. Nikki says hi.
Yes.
Her boss.
Ito, Doc, yung first question natin. Kapag di ko marinig yung inuutos ng asawa ko, what's wrong with my hearing? Negatron!
I was gonna say, you might have actually perfect hearing.
I was expecting that from a designer dad. But shout out to Doc Liza watching from BGC Clinic. That's from Rose.
Hey, there. The QC, that's what I read a while ago.
There you go.
How to be you, Ma'am Liza.
Ang dami, Doc.
And from Pampanga as well. We have from MHA Pampanga, very pretty Doc Liza watching from Manila Hearing Aid Pampanga, as well as from the South Tower. They're watching. Isa lang ang tanong yata ni Ma'am Liza, wala ba kayong pasyente ngayon at bakit lahat kayo nakikinig?
Nanonood.
Ayan na si designer dad. Pareho kami ng comment ng asawa ko. Gwapo sana pero bingi. Oh.
Okay na yun, basta gwapo.
Hi, Christian. Ayan o, Manila Hearing Aid Dasma. Oy, grabe.
They're actually all over, if you notice that.
Okay, Doc, thank you so much for being here. And this is actually the first time I'm ever gonna speak with an audiologist.
Exactly.
What's your fascination with audiology? Is it because the family business na, or
to be honest, it was because of my parents and the business. But then when I studied audiology, that's when I learned that it's more than just like hearing aids, the medical part and science part, but it's actually about helping people hear. And in fact, it's only when I went to school, when I took up audiology, that I learned that, age-related hearing loss, which is actually normal. I mean, natural.
And you said earlier, Doc,
in our life, we will have
hearing loss.
It's just like vision loss.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I talk to people about hearing, I always how do I say this? related also to vision loss, because vision loss is more accepted. It's,
as you age,
yeah.
you need glasses and all
Yes,
these things.
it's more
It's actually called presbyopia. So, hearing loss secondary to aging is known as
presbycusis.
presbycusis.
So it starts around maybe around 40s. When you're around 40s, it starts already. Like
At least it starts a little later.
My mom's right.
When we talk about joints, it starts around as early as 30. So at least this one starts at around 40.
Yeah, about 40s. And if you have your hearing tested when you're about 40 and above, sometimes the high frequencies tend to go down. Your high frequency hearing starts to go down first. I mean, normally you can't really see that when you have like those hearing tests. That's when you start, and then the hearing test would reveal sometimes those hearing loss at certain frequencies. Generally, if it's age-related hearing loss, it would start around the higher
frequencies. Oh,
Yes.
is that the reason why the elderly usually have lower voices? Because they can't hear themselves?
I'm not really sure.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Dadating ko din. Doc, ang daming fancy, Doc Lisa.
I know.
Mac Feliz, the Feliz branch, they're watching also.
From the Ayala Feliz branch.
The
Yes.
patients
Hello
are
to you.
watching also with them. Thank you, everyone. Manila Hearing Aid, all the different branches.
No patients.
Doc, when should we first get
Yes. That
a
audiology test.
Or like when do you recommend?
Well, generally, when you notice signs of hearing loss, generally the signs of hearing loss, okay, either for you or for if somebody tells you, or if you have like friends or families, and then you notice that, well, their voices are loud. Loud, usually that's a sign.
What if they just really have loud voices? I mean, I have relatives like they might have swallowed a megaphone, so they really have loud voices.
Yeah, loud voice. Parang eventually, loudness of voice. It's a suggestion. And also, when they're watching TV, it
tends to be a little louder than usual.
Yeah, a TV, the radio, and also when you talk to them, and at a normal voice, normal loudness of your voice. And when you talk to them, they cannot they tend to ask questions a lot. They tend to ask you to repeat what's being said.
What you just said.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
okay.
when they say the usual like ha, what, or when they
Oh my
answer
gosh,
wrong.
it's so me, Doc. Ano ba yan?
Yeah. Or
I
like
think
when
you'll
you
have your next
notice when
endorser right here beside you.
and then when you call them, or you're being called, and it takes more than once to respond.
Or not even once. They would
my
just
gosh.
tap you and, kanina pa kita tinatawag.
Or actually one more hearing loss. Tinnitus?
Yes.
That ringing in your ears.
Lani Masalucha has
Yeah,
that.
she
Actually,
mentioned that last time.
most people do experience tinnitus, but and
The ringing.
yeah,
in
the
the
ringing.
ears.
Most people, but then they go away after a while. Okay, but then when it becomes more frequent, then tinnitus is actually it's not tinnitus itself, that ringing in your
That's
ears.
so
It's
irritating,
not
Doc.
really it's not a disorder by itself. It's a
okay.
symptom. It's a symptom
okay.
usually of an auditory pathway,
Really?
pathology.
Because I do hear of some of the patients actually complaining that, it's just there and we just try to neglect it. And I mean, we live with it.
No, because it goes away
Yes.
naman eh.
Well, that's just it. Sometimes, more often than not, it goes away. But as Dr.
times,
Lisa said,
yeah.
it sometimes doesn't. And you'd hear people just telling you that, we're just trying to live with it. I mean, there's ringing still in the ear.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine.
But it's usually a sign. It's a symptom of, a pathology along the auditory pathway.
So
So
would
it
the
could be
audiology test be good for those who actually have experiencing tinnitus at this point in time?
just to
Just
check
to
what's really
rule out any other
Yes,
pathology?
but tinnitus can also be caused by other, usually it's a symptom of something, but not just like a pathology along the auditory pathway, but it also
at least it
could
rules
also
it
be,
out.
yeah. So if you are experiencing bothersome tinnitus, or you're, it's getting to be loud and all, just have yourself tested. But it could also be a sign of other things.
I just want to ask, we've been talking about testing. Can you walk us through what you
happens?
do, what happens when you actually are tested for an audiology exam?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, mabibingi ka pa ng todo. So, I mean, walk us through the
That one
regular
we didn't
test.
do it.
We want to find out.
We did not okay. So first, of course, the very first is like we have to look inside the ears. We call that otoscopy, just to check the status of like the ear, how the eardrum looks like.
Or if
there's
it has a hole or not.
And if there's earwax buildup. Because if there's earwax
that can
buildup,
also cause.
that can add to the hearing loss. But then if there's earwax, we cannot like proceed with the test. So we have to
you have to refer to the otorhinolaryngologist to clean it out and then go back to you.
Yeah.
So I have to go there with my ears clean, na Doc?
Not necessarily by you.
No. But you can just and we can tell you naman if there's heavy earwax.
Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing.
So we call that otoscopy. Then after that, of course, taking the patient's case history, we have to know because we have to correlate everything that we find from the test, the history of the patient, the reports of the patient, the symptoms that they're
experiences that they actually have.
Yes, and then so the actual hearing test, we do like they listen to pure tones,
like beeps or stuff. Like beeps or something like that.
Yeah, beeps of low frequency, mid frequency, and high frequency in nature. So, something like what you have there. So in frequencies, So then we get the threshold, the lowest beeps that they can hear.
And the highest
can you
beeps
hear
that you
that?
can actually
Ganon.
To get the threshold, we
you start off with the lowest.
No. Yeah, something. But we get the threshold, the lowest level at which they can hear the beeps of different frequencies.
Okay.
So we call that pure tone audiometry. Then
so that's what pure tone does.
Yes.
Well, I just see these results.
Let's get her hearing test. Done. Yeah.
So we get the threshold, and then we do another kind of test, part of the pure tone audiometry test of battery, just to check if, what kind of hearing loss they have. Is it like purely caused
How
by the
many
cochlea?
kinds are there?
Or just is it permanent type due to the hearing inside the cochlea, if it's a cochlear damage, or is it because in the middle ear, like the eardrum, so we determine what kind of hearing loss. And then after that we test the speech reception of the
speech reception,
meaning they will hear somebody's
talking
words. Talking.
Spoken
and the
words.
patient is supposed to repeat those words.
Repeat.
So we check.
I don't think I've had that. No, it was so funny because during internship we actually had these tests. We had to go through it. What I do remember, I don't know which part of the exam, is that you hear that beep, and if you do hear it, just raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Tone
And then some of us were laughing at our classmates because the one who was tested was kept on beeping, and she was like, couldn't hear a thing. So we go, bing.
So there. So speech audiometry is also important because it tells us it gives us it suggests how much they can understand at a certain level, certain loudness level, how much they can understand speech. So that's important for us.
Very
To check. For example, if it's let's say cochlear kind of hearing loss compared to a middle ear kind of hearing loss.
For the sake of our listeners, let's try to describe what's the ear, what's the difference between the outer, middle, and cochlear and everything else, just for them to be able to understand it from your standpoint.
Okay. Well, outer ear, what the most visible part of our ear system is the pinna.
That's where you put your earrings in.
Okay.
That one.
The whole
so
ear,
that's part of the outer ear. Then the ear canal, well, some people, although this is not advisable, they clean with their earbuds the ear canal to take out the earwax. But in fact, that's not advisable.
Because you actually push it more farther inside than actually
not only
pulling
that,
out.
some people are really rough with their earbuds.
That's why
so
the
they can
irritations, all these things.
scrape the lining of the ear canal.
Doc,
and the lining has protected. It has it provides protection for the ear canal. And if they scrape it too much, like rub it too much, it can have
pain.
wounds.
Oh my gosh.
Wounds, and eventually these wounds could be infected.
Yes. And sometimes the earwax can actually really can be pushed
Doc, I had
You were
one
there.
case. One thing happened to me. Was that 2 years ago? I think I ended up in the ER.
Really?
Yeah.
I had this super bad headache, and like teary-eyed talaga ako, Doc. And I never get headaches.
Not because you watch Blackpink, huh?
No. But apparently, Doc, I inserted my
Earbuds.
earbuds to plugs.
Earbuds. Sorry,
Yung
earplugs.
earplugs.
Oh, okay.
The damage. So when they looked at it in the ER, may parang
Yes.
blood.
It's actually
Red
not
area.
advisable to like keep on sticking like things except for, those those of course the earbuds, but
The
then
newer
they're
earbuds,
they're only supposed to go
At a certain
only at a
yes.
certain
It was
gap,
designed that
but
way,
the
guys.
earbuds kasi it's a stick, as you know that, and most people stick it
And
inside.
the worst part is not just pushing in any part. Sorry for those who are actually having merienda at this time, but pushing
We all
the
clean our
wax
ears.
inside. But sometimes because of these vigorous actions, they might end up
poking
a hole in the tympanic membrane.
Oh, and it hurts when that happens.
It does, yeah.
For those who just tuned in, we have the president of Manila Hearing Aid with us. She is Doc Liza Abaño-Robles, first Filipina audiologist, internationally certified by the American Board of
Yes.
Audiology. Niyabang talaga, diba? Guys, on playback, thank you so much for the love. Julala from QC.
Yes.
From Dasmaville. And then everyone
They're
from
watching
QC
from
says,
Dasmaville.
go Tina, Ryan, Doc Rylan, have your hearing checked with us. Oh, they're showing us the love already.
Okay. We'll have it scheduled soon.
I got to get back to more of the music. And then, maybe after the song, we can discuss
The music.
how Manila Hearing Aid began.
Yes.
So, how about you guys stick around while I play something from Imagine Dragons?
Eyes closed.
This is called Eyes Closed On.
Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9.
You are still tuned in to Healthline. This program is brought to you by EO Executive Optical. For expert eye care, come to EO Executive Optical. EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
New day, new time slot. You got Tina Ryan and Doc Rylan, the birthday boy. And for those who just tuned in, we were talking earlier to the president of Manila Hearing Aid, Doc Liza Abaño-Robles. And I have to emphasize that she happens to be the first Filipina audiologist, internationally certified by the American Board of Audiology. Okay, Doc
So we
Liza.
really do have an expert on board.
Exactly. And let's talk about the humble beginnings of Manila Hearing Aid.
Okay, well, Manila Hearing Aids was started by my father, Dr. Jose Abaño, who was also an ENT. So actually, our family started off in the US. So he trained in New York. And then he saw all the, at the time, what audiology was about, although he was practicing as an ENT, but he saw like the ear clinic there, audiology clinic, and he came back here because he was asked to come. He was asked by the family to come back, and my grandfather, Dr. Jose Abaño Sr., he was a doctor too, but he had hearing loss. He had hearing loss, and when my father came back, there was nothing. I mean, not nothing. There was very minimal. So my father brought it here to the Philippines, to the technology. So with whatever training he got from New York,
I
that's
would
how he set up
presume
Manila Hearing
that
Aid.
science was probably not so much heard of, except
Yes.
from the books.
Well, I know
at that
the-
time, at that particular time.
Well, until now, actually, audiology is not. Until now, every time somebody asks me what I do, and then I say audiology, they're like, huh? And then, it's funny because most of them mean it like, huh? What's that? But some make, some joke about it. But
But I would say,
Yeah.
we don't sell sound systems.
Microphones.
Audiophile pala yun.
What breakthroughs are you most proud of improving hearing care for Filipinos, Doc?
well, since Manila Hearing Aid was the pioneer in the industry here in the
Yes.
Philippines, well, we came up with the first in many in the technology. For example, years ago, we were the first ones to come up with the first digital hearing aid.
Digital hearing aid.
Before, yeah.
Wow.
So one of the first, and then we were also the first one to have that laboratory to make the accessory. I mean, an accessory to the hearing aid. So, and actually, one of our hearing aids now, it's like the world's first hearing aid with a dedicated AI chip.
Oh.
Yeah. So those like
I want to
innovation.
ask about. I was asking about this because long ago, when you say hearing aids, that's the reason why most wouldn't want to use it. You have like such a
Parang
huge block.
PWD ka na agad, diba?
You have a huge block in your ear. But nowadays, I see quite smaller apparatuses and just find things that you might not even notice it to be an actual hearing aid.
Yes.
Are these some of
Yes,
what you have
some
right
of the
now?
innovations. Like we do have, of course, we have all kind. I mean, the different models of hearing aid, the different technology. Because my hearing aid carries like the top two brands in the world, top hearing aid brands in the world. Of course,
Okay.
with that comes all the latest technology and latest in hearing technology. But anyway, back to your question about the
Yeah,
small
the
hearing
small
aids.
ones.
Well, before a long time ago, before the hearing aids were bigger. So people were more embarrassed to wear them.
That's why they don't want to wear it. And even if you prescribe, even if it was prescribed to them,
Yeah.
they just, be there for the fitting. And the minute they step out of the clinic, they take it out and
And
forget
also
about
the,
it.
the sound quality back then. Of course, the sound quality of hearing aids improved tremendously already.
Parang
from-
static ba yan?
No, it was just like, the technology, like, sometimes it was noisy or it amplified more of the background noise.
Oh.
But, from the advent of digital hearing aids, then now it's AI. So, the sound quality is much better. It receives, it processes speech a lot better over background
I was gonna
noise.
ask, para ba yan yung sense surround?
Yes. We have like hearing aids with that surround, like
Surround sound.
with,
Yeah, we do have,
with
we
the
do have,
bass and
yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. And then as for the size of the hearing aid, they're very small because thanks to the technology, Bluetooth technology, those ear level devices, they use for the phones, and
Yes.
because of that, somehow the acceptance of hearing aids also, like, to wear it, people think it's just those Bluetooth devices, but because like there are hearing aids now, they're smaller.
Really small.
Yes.
Yeah, people wouldn't even, and they're small. Some are, you can't really see it, especially if you have
Longer hair,
Like,
so-
like yours, you can't really see it. And then the tube here,
And they have finer tubes now.
Yes, finer.
It's just like
tubes, yes.
something a little thicker than your hair that's like
It's
sticking
very
it out.
thin and,
really
and
thin.
yeah, almost colorless. But then, of course, it's not for all people with hearing loss.
It probably depends on what.
Yeah, it depends on the hearing level.
The degree of problems
Yeah,
that they
the
actually
degree of
might have.
hearing loss. Yeah.
Text Smith from playback.tv/magic899. Are you saying these audiology innovations are all invented, pioneered in the Philippines, or was Manila Hearing Aid simply the first to import them?
Yes, Manila Hearing Aid is the distributor of these, like, high technology hearing
It's still.
aids.
There you go, Text
These
Smith.
devices are still.
Yes.
These innovations are still done abroad.
Abroad, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, our products come from Switzerland and Denmark.
So they're just like cars.
Yeah.
Yes, just like cars. Yeah.
The innovations
But,
in
yeah.
cars and everything else, but
They brought it here. Okay.
yes. The more important thing is not just that they brought it here; it's readily available in the country. That's the most important thing there.
410 on Healthline. We have Doc Liza Abaño-Robles. She's here to share about how music and noise induced can affect our hearing loss. So, Doc, how does listening to loud music, especially through earphones, which you couldn't wear mine earlier, actually damage our hearing? What happens inside the ear?
Okay. Well, if there's too much noise, like if the ears are exposed to too much noise, even loud music, then the hair cells, the nerves inside our cochlea, which is like deep within our ear system, okay, those the hair cells, they can get damaged, and if it's damaged due to noise exposure, constant heavy noise exposure, and also loud music exposure, then it's irreversible.
So unfortunately, music, no matter how good the music is, if it's still too loud.
It's too loud and listen to like.
Is it still true that before, when you use those earphones, especially the ones you have, like the AirPods right now, you have to put in your ear, is it still hold that if you can hear what the person sitting beside you is hearing, that's too loud already? Or is it supposed to be a little softer,
well,
a little
generally,
louder?
because you can't really tell, like, in any device, you can't really tell like how many decibels is being, the
'cause you
output
can't see
in a volume control. You can't see it.
Exactly.
It's too and also very technical already. So, but the gauge is if you're speaking to someone wearing earphones, or headphones, and you speaking at a normal loudness level, just normal speaking level.
Normal speaking voice.
And if they cannot hear you, then that's too
that's
loud.
already
That's a
loud
gauge.
enough.
They should be able, the one wearing the headphones or earphones should be able to converse with you. And
Even if it's on.
And then, yes.
They're wearing it.
The speaker should be just speaking at a normal conversation.
So that's
level,
actually
not loud noise, not loud voice.
Trying to think all of it.
So if it's louder,
It's actually softer than, because what I was asking that before, it's, hey, I can hear you.
Your music.
What you're hearing right now,
but
so
that's
that's
also
loud.
loud, yeah.
But that's already loud because you won't be able to converse
Yeah.
with that loud sound.
So ideally,
it's
Doc,
conversation.
dapat naririnig mo yung
Yes,
kausap
that's a
mo.
good.
with-
Wow.
wow.
That's a good gauge.
That's presuming you're
so we're
actually
all doing
wearing
it
headphones.
wrong.
So if a person is wearing headphones, listening to music, headphones or earphones, and if you talk to them, and if that speaker has to be speaking at a normal conversational
and
level,
That's
you
just
should
about
be
right.
able to hear it.
they should
And
be
hold
able
the
to have
conversation,
hold the
actually.
conversation.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
about
pretty much good, safe.
So anytime you go say, what, hold on, yes, what is it? That's loud enough already.
Negatron's got a good question. Why does our hearing deteriorate as we grow older? And is it true that as we grow older, the decibel level we hear also lower? We will get to that after we make... This is a really good song, Bagay.
Yes.
Mom, this is for you. Say it again. Army Milyare on today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9.
Today's best music. Magic 89.9.
Yes.
Lenny Kravitz with Honey. 422 on Healthline. You got your girl, Tina Ryan. Along
Doc Rylan still with you?
And we are joined today by the president of Manila Hearing Aid. She is Doc Liza Abaño-Robles. We have a hanging question.
Yes.
Hanging question. But let's say hi first to Yvette, watching us via playback. Also to Mama Dada, who says she has her ears cleaned once a year. Like, do we go to an ENT for that? Who do we go for
Yes,
that?
if it's like, those, if the earwax is hard already, or if it's full of earwax, the ear canal, then you will have to go to an ENT for that, for the earwax removal.
They actually have,
Yes.
they don't just remove it like
Yes.
an ordinary person would. There are times that they have to soften it up and even suction it out.
Oh, I've seen videos on TikTok. It's not.
Yes. But we do have that hanging question.
Negatron, give me a minute. I want to say thank you to Sam. What happened to the paper? Oh, here we go. Our friends at Mozzafiato in Balete, Batangas. Mozzafiato Lakeside Living. I got to meet Chef Pablo. He's a Michelin star chef.
So when are we going?
El Lago, the Spanish restaurant. Oh, we should go. Let's do another day. Okay, so Negatron, why does our hearing deteriorate as we grow older? And is it true that as we grow older, the decibel level we hear also lowers?
Okay. Well, age-related hearing loss is natural. Age-related, or what we say, how we call it, presbycusis.
Okay.
So that's natural. It's a natural aging process. So just like our eyes, vision, we have vision loss, and the counterpart is age-related hearing loss. So that's natural. So sorry to say, everyone.
Darating tayo lahat doon, guys.
It's an eventuality.
So for the second question about the decibel being lowered, well, actually, it's because, you can't really hear some sounds. The soft sounds can't be heard anymore. It's not really.
That's why you hear the lower ones.
The lower frequency ones. Well, okay, if it's just normal age-related hearing loss, not complicated by any other factors like listening to loud noise or music exposed, the high frequency part of hearing usually goes down first, and it's like the lower. We can hear more of the lower frequency sound, or lower to mid frequency sounds. We can hear those more. Yes, but it's not because like the decibel, because decibels refer to.
It's a different thing.
loudness.
That's a different.
Decibel is refers to loudness level. Yeah. It's the unit of loudness, It's not because they're like, getting softer. It's just that our ear system, when we have hearing loss, most likely you cannot hear certain levels of sounds. Usually soft sounds, like for example, aircon sounds, computer sounds.
Oh, okay.
Those are really the first ones that people cannot hear. And then as their hearing loss progresses, certain speech.
I was going to say, wouldn't that be fine? You won't hear your aircon anymore.
No, I
You
can hear my
Ref.
derma.
You
Hi,
won't
Doc
hear-
G. Hi, Tina. Pumunta ka na dito. Dr. tuned. Hi, Doc Rich. Our family, our scan family, they're tuned in. Hi, Doc Rich.
Hi,
and
Rich.
Doc G.
Hi, Gisela.
Belated happy birthday, though.
Oh, thank you. I got to
Tito Aaron-
catch up and see you soon.
Tita Erin says hi. TechSmith, do headset over ear cup designs provide any advantage compared to in-ear designs in terms of minimizing damage when loud music or sound is played through them? So parang ito, Doc, no?
Yes.
I don't even know what the purpose is. Pero kala ko ano lang to eh.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parang, yeah.
Well, actually, for hearing damage, it's really how loud you listen to the sound.
So regardless if it's like
Yes.
out of the ear or
Yeah.
the one you really have
Yes.
an in-ear thing,
Yes.
it really doesn't matter much.
Yeah, it depends
as long
also
as
on
the
the technology of the device.
plus it's more of the level of the
Yes.
the sound that's more important, regardless if you use
Yes.
an in-ear or out-ear.
Yeah. So the good gauge is, like what I said a while ago. Like even if you're listening to music on your earphones or headphones, you should be able to converse with someone
And hold that conversation.
Sorry, but that person speaking should not be shouting or like talking in a loud voice. Dapat like, a certain
Normal speaking.
Rinig na pala sa
Normal.
kapitbahay yung conversation.
And some other signs of hearing loss, of course, like the TV's too loud. You have to make sure that it's
gosh.
not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But is someone
too
talking a
loud.
little loud? Like, Doc, may sign na ba yun?
Well, if it's like often, if it's they're like talking loud all the time, like, then just because like parang if a person is talking loud, they cannot hear themselves. Also, so that's why it's
they
also
might
a sign.
be the ones having a problem, not necessarily the one they're talking
both
to.
ways.
Both ways na.
Doc,
Both ways na.
may negative
So both sila magpa-test na.
may negative impact ba yung walang earplugs pag nasa motor daw?
Oh yes, because motor, when you're riding motor, of course it's not just motor itself; it's
Yeah.
the traffic around.
And not only that, you
And,
have these motorcycles
noise,
with the exhaust pipes that are
That's,
larger than life.
yeah, we call that also noise-induced hearing loss. If the hearing loss is caused by like noise is unwanted noise. Music, in fact, in our terms, it can be wanted noise, loud music. Because people like listening to music. Of
Yun ang
course, diba?
nagtok eh.
But, if it's too loud, then it becomes sort of like an unwanted noise.
Like earphones, almost like all of us use earphones almost every day, the whole day while commuting, working, or the gym.
Some because they just don't want to pay attention much to their surroundings. That's why they
No,
just
but
have their
how can-
earphones on.
How can people protect their ears without
Yes.
giving up their music?
Well, number one is like if they listen to it at a safe level. All right. Well, if you if you want to be technical about it, like there are like apps that yung sound level meter apps.
Oh.
Then just put it in the
okay.
speaker. Just put it if it's at 65 or 70 decibel, like
So that's the safe 65 to 70 decibel.
That's
is-
actually also the level of normal conversational voice.
Oh, okay.
So in the sound level, safe listening level would be 65, 70. I'm just being safe.
I was
here.
gonna say,
Yeah, okay?
Tina, what about kung nagliligawan daw, bumababa ba daw yun?
Ibang usapan yung
Iba na yun.
Kasi medyo bumubulong na lang, di ba?
Yeah. No, but if you well, for noise naman, like for noise-induced hearing loss, we have this parang chart, like noise chart. So anything, if you are exposed to about 85 decibels of sound continuously, of noise continuously, like in the factories,
When you say
industrial,
continuously, we're talking
8
about
hours.
That's 8 hours.
Yeah,
So
for workers
if
exposed
it's
to
for
noise,
work, that's
then it can be
basically your
damaging.
entire work day.
Yeah. But then it's not 85 decibels for about 8 hours. But then as you get louder, if the then dapat the exposure
Shorter.
should be
Oh.
shorter. Yeah.
But after, whether we watch a concert, listen to all these music, or come from a club,
Yes.
what's the best thing we can do afterwards? Granting, we've been exposed to really loud sound.
Just number one, if you're exposed to like loud music, like in concert or bar, and not just talking about the guests in the bar and all that, also the waiters, the bartenders, the bouncers, they are exposed to noise.
everybody's who's inside.
Yeah, because everybody, they should be wearing earplugs. Okay, ear protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
So wear ear protection. Okay.
Okay.
The only time
while
I
you are
see
exposed.
the only time I see ear protection is when you watch the F1 races. You have all these.
Well, no, what are the ear protection now, Doc? Di ba may mga maliliit
Mga
na
earplugs.
Earplugs,
Yeah,
okay.
there are. And then after that, when you get out from the club or the concert, just rest out your ears. But then oftentimes,
how do you rest out your
nga
ear?
well, don't listen to loud music. Don't listen. Just rest it out. Just relax and
Pwede bang
rest it.
sabihin mo sa katabi mo, huwag mo po na ako kausapin?
Don't like
Good
shout
excuse.
at each other.
Guys, I'm resting my ears, guys.
Nobody
Stay
talks to
away.
me.
Don't shout at each other. Also that, like they scream, because one of the reasons why also, like after like being in a club or in a bar in a concert, you feel muffled. So your tendency
Yes,
is
I
to
will
shout
agree
at
with that.
each other.
Yes, that's a tendency.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you know that after being exposed to loud music or noise, you hear the tinnitus or sometimes ringing, and you
Yes.
hear parang sounds are muffled. There's actually damage happening there. Slight damage. But then if this damage happens all the time, every day, if it will be
Okay.
cumulative,
So,
that it will become later on.
if you go to the
music
club
inducing loss
every
or
single
noise
day.
inducing loss, yeah.
We have so many questions coming in from playback.tv/magic899.
I know, I saw it.
However, I do have to take a short break. For those who just tuned in, we are talking about hearing loss. Our friends from Manila, Hearing Aid, are here. I got to take a quick break. Be right back with more of the Music and Healthline. Give me 1 second. There you go. Now I'm ready.
Magic 89.9.
Today's best music, 89.9.
Nakalimutan na magic. It's okay, Doc. It's okay. That only means you're going to come back here.
Okay.
Yeah, until you perfect that. And that
That's a good
voice
thing.
belongs to Doc Liza Abaño-Robles. She is the president of Manila Hearing Aid. She's sharing the causes brought about by music-induced and noise-induced hearing loss.
Yes.
Doc, are there Philippine government programs or organizations that promote ear health here? For example, we have an anti-noise pollution law here, but it's not being promoted or enforced, like mandating earplugs for construction workers. I never thought about that. Kaya nga. I like that text. Thank you.
Well, but technically, nowadays, not just for construction companies, but for all companies,
Yeah.
it is now a mandatory thing to have what we call a safety officer for the company. And the safety officer doesn't just look at what you're wearing, like if you're wearing gloves, boots, helmets, and all of the things, but protective eyewear. Protective earwear is also mandated, especially if the environment of work happens to be, noisy.
Negatron, need ko pala ng earplugs kapag sinisira mo na ako ng boss. Ang taas ng decibel level ng bosses. It's bad for my ears.
Just
But,
add
but
to what
I was going to ask Doc Lisa about any innovations as far as ear safety for employees are concerned.
Yes. Well, actually, one of our services is that we test. We have industrial testing for
Industrial testing?
industrial testing for workers exposed to noise, especially in those factories, or some like for example also in the airport, some airline companies have their, because as you know,
the sound of the
sounds
airplane.
around the plane.
That's why you have all those.
So we also serve them. In fact, we have an audiometric van, which is the only one actually in the country. It's an audiologically treated.
Audiometric van.
Yeah, it's audiologically
Sounds
treated.
like a
Yeah,
DJ.
something like this. It's designed by an acoustic engineer, so it's the only one in the
wow.
country. So we use that to serve, to do hearing test.
So
And
it's a
as
van
part
so
of
you go
the-
anywhere, wherever the company needs
Yes.
all these testing
Yeah,
and their
because it's
sites.
part of like what you said, it's part of employee safety program of the company.
Yes.
So yes.
We want to say hi to the queen of PR. PR queen. Hi, Miss Grace Ferranda. Basag na daw yung eardrums niya kaka-concert. Well, of course, she works with
She
Ovation.
works.
I mean, just all these big concert producers. Sa tabi pa kasi ako ng sound system. May TMJ pa daw siyang malala. And that's like, you have to go see an ENT for that.
Yes.
True.
No, but for her hearing,
Yeah.
she really has to have her hearing tested because of her
Her nature. I mean, the nature of her job.
Yeah.
Mamu, let's go together. Tayong tatlo nila
Yeah,
Doc
so
Rylan.
Game,
that's
game.
highly advisable. If you are exposed to, loud music, and if it's your job,
And
nature of your job, then please have
probably
your hearing tested.
start using protective earwear. I mean, because
like
it
the
is job.
earplugs that
the
Doc Liza
earplugs,
recommended.
yeah. In fact, actually, I just want to share. Our company did a study on musicians. It was just a small. Although it was a small study, with about 20 to 25 respondents. So, ages from 25 to about 50 something year olds. Okay, and up to about, I think, 40% of them experienced tinnitus, ringing in the ears. And 1 out of 3 of them experienced some kind of hearing loss.
Oh, wow.
So really, it's not just musicians; it's also the people working in the music industry, like sound engineers. Also, again, like what I said a while ago, like bartenders, the
I was gonna say,
waiters, all
yung
of them,
PA nung singer.
are exposed. Yeah.
Doc, off air. I mean, no, actually not off air, but because they got here early.
Yes.
You and Sarge were talking about the kids' ears.
Ah,
Tama?
yes,
Well,
yes.
Can you briefly discuss, because I know so many of our listeners
so
have kids
true.
as well.
All right. Well, with kids, because of right now, it's very convenient, and it's very light, convenient, so easy to listen to music on earphones.
Earphones, yes.
So those wireless ones. In fact, WHO in their hearing loss page, and in one of their statistics, over 1 billion people aged 12 to 35 years old, they're at risk of losing their hearing due to prolonged and excessive exposure to loud music
Hala.
and other recreational, sounds.
Oh.
So it's because of the technology today, it's so easy to make music loud.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing here is that we've been talking about as we grow older, as one ages, we do expect some forms of hearing loss. But if you do this at an early age, you're actually
Mas malala.
exactly
Yes, mas
because
malala.
it becomes earlier.
You're speeding it up.
Yes,
becomes
it's actually
earlier.
earlier. Not only that, because there's age-related hearing loss. So once you age, you automatic. I mean, it's aging.
Yeah.
But
Your system
that's
ages.
expected.
And then
unlike
you have
these children,
and then if you damage your hearing because of listening to too much music, loud music, and also damage through noise, it couples. Then the hearing loss at the later age becomes more, in a way, sort of complex, because you have, these damages that happened at the younger age. Then you bring it up, it adds on to that age, that the hearing loss due to aging. So the damage is, in a way, more.
Jerry Maguire says, good vibes lang. Negatron, my kid always wears her wireless buds, kaya di na ako naririnig kapag inuutusan ko. King James said, it will depend on WHEM. WHEM. Okay, King James 7th. Doc, let's talk about the current state. Dito sa bansa natin, how bad is anong case natin? Like, are we doing okay as far as hearing loss go?
Actually, in 2020, UST did a study, and they found that about 15% of the population experience some kind. Is it 15%? Some kind of hearing
Hearing
loss.
loss.
Is that
Whether permanent,
15%.
is that
whether
alarming?
permanent or
Temporary?
or temporary. It's some kind of hearing
So
loss.
is 15% within the expected area, or is it a little
nice.
less,
Like
or a little
alarming ba
more
yan?
than the world? I mean, in first world
Oh,
countries.
and also, like, is it more like
Okay.
common with kids or like adults?
Okay, in that study that they did, 15% of Filipinos experience some kind of hearing loss, and about 7% of that 15% are children.
Hello?
Right? So, and actually in
15%.
WHO, about 5 to 6% of the world's population experience some kind of disabling hearing
So
loss.
that means we're a little higher than
Yeah.
the world statistics.
And in fact,
Ooh.
also in WHO, nearly about 80% of people with disabling hearing loss live in low and middle income countries. So
That's why
there's
we
a
have a
lot more.
larger number. I mean, 15%, because when you hear about 15%, that's not really that high. But when you do compare it with the world figures, which is just about 5 to 7%, 15% is really high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and it's because also, our education on hearing loss awareness, it's not as compared to some other
Yeah.
countries.
The
that's
campaign.
again,
Yes,
we
that
need
is
to
so
work on the
true. That is so
campaign.
true.
Yeah.
So just as I was saying, in the more practical sense, like listen. That's why our topic now, I'm focusing more on music hearing loss, and noise hearing loss, because there's not much awareness that in fact when you listen at music, when you listen to music at very high levels, it can be damaging. And if you expose yourself to noise, let's say mga construction noise or some kind of machine noise, or it's also very damaging
Well,
to the ears. Yeah.
we do have a question from Negatron again. Is hearing loss irreversible?
Irreversible na? Even if with
you
hearing aids?
use hearing aids.
Okay, it depends. Okay, if it's temporary kind of hearing loss, let's say you damage your eardrum, you poked it, then you can get hearing loss through that. But then if you get, of course, hole in the eardrum, or what we call perforated tympanic membrane, then if you have that just surgically treated, then it can go back.
Procedures,
Okay.
that can actually fix that.
There is some hearing loss due to some, viral infection or bacterial infection. Depends on the stage.
Once
It
the
can.
disease
It
ended,
can.
there is a possibility for it to be reversed.
It depends on the stage. But age-related obviously cannot be reversed because it's natural.
We can't reverse age. We still have to invent how to reverse aging process.
So, what else? Noise-induced hearing loss is also because there's damage within the
And
hair.
it's like a
in the hair
compounding
cells already.
thing because
It's
it's
a
a
compounding,
continuous process. I mean, we can't tell them to stop their jobs if their jobs unfortunately entail
They just have to
loud
protect their
sound.
hearing, so wear those earplugs.
But Doc, you have a platform here if you want to start your campaign about,
We'll back you up. Healthline.
Hearing.
We'll back you up.
Ayan. Anything else, Doc, you want to add before we let you go?
Oh, okay. Well, currently right now, it's almost Christmas. And
Yes. Just a
so,
few days.
and as we know, Christmas is the time with all the Christmas parties, being with family who are abroad, coming here, and you know how Christmas is here in the Philippines with the traffic noise also outside,
yes.
and all the busy malls
Even
out
without Christmas
there.
is traffic outside.
Their noise level also tends to go up. All right. So, actually, we have this what's this Christmas promo, wherein some of our hearing aids are at 40 to 50% off.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Yes, because it's our way of giving back, and it's also our way. Our tagline actually is "Here Life's Special Moments." And Christmas is a
Here
very
life's
special,
special moments.
time here in the Philippines where our families gather. And of course, our goal really is to make, for you to really enjoy, each other's company. You
Yeah.
enjoy, you hear all the cuentos, you hear all the chismes, you enjoy. Because
Other cheese was
Imagine, Doc, no, sa family gathering, may isang binga. Ha? Ano?
and yes, and sometimes those
Chismis
people,
na lang.
so those people experiencing hearing loss, and they cannot hear well. So sometimes parang they just like tune out,
Yeah.
or like they answered when somebody talks to them, they answer the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And it makes them, Hilnox can actually, it's a barrier talaga.
Yeah.
So, barrier to communication. So, that's what we're trying to bridge here. Here, life special moments. Actually, the tagline came from our research.
I like that. Here,
Because
life
like in
special
one of our respondents said that every time I tell my parent, something nice about me, they say, ha, or what, nakakasira ng momentum. They can't hear my life special.
Yes. Right. You're in the
from that
zone.
respondent.
paano yung selective hearing?
Well,
So for this
yeah.
Christmas, let's bridge the communication gap. Let's make our loved ones hear everything
That
and
is so
really
cool.
enjoy the Christmas spirit.
Yun.
So that's why we have this promotion.
I love
That's so
that.
great. That's so
Here,
great.
life special moments.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I like
Because
that.
it is true. Like every time we have consultations with our patients, it's like, and then when they start wearing hearing aids, and some of our patients, or not just the patient, but actually the family, the
family.
significant others, many of them cry. When they see their loved ones. When they
Finally hearing them out.
Yes, and they can hear each other. They cry because of that frustration that they feel inside. Na parang they're naawa to their
And
loved
finally,
one.
they can actually
They
communicate at a much
and they can communicate
calmer
easier,
sound.
and then they can see that the patient, their loved one, is like included already, like in the conversation. They don't feel
Nakikichismis
left
na.
out.
Ayan, oh.
So that's the emotional side of audiology. Actually, yeah.
That's so nice.
Bridging
That
that
is so
gap,
nice.
hearing life special.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg that we
I
discussed
know.
with audiology.
We have to have a part 2.
Yeah, your campaign starts today, Mr. Doc Lisa,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Again,
Thank you
there
very
is a
much.
promo ongoing now with Manila Hearing Aids. So it's Hear Life Special Moments, 40 to 50% off.
But you have to have yourselves checked first.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should,
We are.
We're gonna get scheduled.
We're scheduled.
Yeah, we're going to get scheduled.
We're scheduled.
So, Doc, you want to say hi to anyone? Your hubby or your daughter tuned in? Or all your fans? .tv/magic.
I would like to say hi to all of our Manila Hearing Aid staff. Thank you for watching me.
Yes, hi
And
to all
thank you
of
for
you.
listening. I'd
You
like
guys
to
were wonderful.
say hi to all of your listeners here, and for all the wonderful questions about hearing. And I'm very happy, and I'm honored to be talking about, because this is not really, hearing is it's like what I said, at the bottom of the health need.
Yeah.
Actually,
And we take it for
I'm
granted.
very happy
It's
to
usually
talk
not a
about
priority
it,
for
create
most.
awareness.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And we're happy for you
Yeah.
being here to discuss it.
Yeah, so you have a home here on Healthline.
Thank
Exactly.
you. Thank you.
Doc?
Well, if you do want to watch the Goosey Peace Prize, it's at the Metropolitan Theater tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I do hope to see you there. And for most, Healthline is now on Tuesdays, at 3 to 5.
It's your dancing queen, Tina Ryan, signing off. Catch me back on Friday for the madness. And I will leave you all with something from Doc. Are you ready for your...
Yes.
Here we go. I'm leaving you something from Olivia Dean, only here on...
Today's best music, Magic 89.9.
Yes!
Magic 89.9.